want to go ahead and show you an example or several examples of what our course Moodle sites really look like. So we'll go ahead, and these are all our different course Moodle sites that we have, from Algebra 1 to Algebra 2, Geometry, Statistics, Accelerated Algebra 2, Pre-Calc, Calculus, and our MCA Prep. So we'll go ahead and log into our Accelerated Algebra 2. Here we are in the Accelerated Algebra 2. For the most part, all of our sites are set up very similar. Here we have an introductory video so that students have an idea on how to use this site and what's on this site. They can just click here and watch it. After the first few days, we'll hide this so that students can't see it. We have our general resources for the whole course up here at the top, from the syllabus to the ACT packet to our vocab list, apps for their smartphones and iPads and iPods. And then all of our courses have some sort of an embedded Google Doc or Google Calendar, in which we then have the assignments right here. We all have an assignments page or an assignment calendar, and we'll update it in one spot, and then it's automatically fed out live to all of our different Google sites. So here's an example of a chapter. We have our essential learner outcomes. We have our videos, links to extra resources to help them understand it. We have our blank guided notes, which we would hand out to them, our completed notes, and then we have practice tests here and so on. And all of our chapters are essentially set up the same. Now, if we go ahead and take a look at this one here, we'll take a look at this video here. Then it brings up my video, which students can click on and play, and they can actually maximize it. It's from YouTube. It's embedded into YouTube. However, they don't actually have to go to YouTube to see it. They can view it right here in our Moodle course. So we can even maximize it, and it would go full screen. And they can see it, they can pause it, they can rewind, go back and forth as much as they want. So let's go ahead and go back here. And you'll notice right underneath of that, it had another video of Teach Me How to Factor, because we were focusing on factoring. And this is another video from YouTube that we did not make, but we found helpful and useful, so we put it in there because it helps our students. Now, what do we mean by our blank guided notes? Well, our blank guided notes are essentially a Word document that we've converted to a PDF, and it contains all of our basically initial examples and then space for our students to be able to work out the problems. This way the students can focus on the math at hand rather than having to be so concerned about copying everything down that they don't have time to think about the math. And then we have our completed notes. Completed notes are just our notes exported from our smartboard. So if we go down here, and this happens to be from my class, and I have all my notes typed, and then as I go through the videos, I just uncover my typed notes to reveal the work and the answers. And that's essentially what our Moodle sites are looking like. But I wanted to show you a couple other sites, so we'll go ahead and take a look at our geometry site. Here we are in the geometry site. It has a little bit different look, but essentially the same stuff. We have our general course information right here. And this teacher likes to use Study Blue, which is it's free and it's online, but it's an app that's used for iPods, iPads, smartphones, and quite useful. She has an embedded Google Calendar, so she'll update her calendar. Students can click on the geometry, and then they can get more information on what the assignment is for the day. Now, as we go through here, you'll notice in the first course I was in, which was one of mine, there was a lot of scrolling. Well, as we look right here, we now have the whole chapter, or not whole chapter, sorry about that, whole quarter's worth of material right here, and we don't have to do any scrolling. So I'm going to go ahead and click on one of these. She is using what we call compact design. So I don't have to scroll here because everything essentially is on one screen. We have our blank guided notes, our blank homework packet, we have our notes from the completed notes from the board, we have our video, we have our answer key, and then we actually have a video answer key for some of the problems. And so if we click on this, it opens this up, and then the students could play the video just like you saw before. Now, this happens to be one of the courses in which we developed our own curriculum and did not use any textbooks for. So if I click in the answer key is essentially our homework sheet for this particular section, where the teacher has gone ahead and actually written in the answers and some of the work. Now, as you get down here, sometimes they even include color to help differentiate. It's nothing fancy, but it sure works well for our students. And our students are often asking, especially in an algebra class, how do you go from one step to the next step versus just what's the answer, like we've experienced before when we've only been providing them with the odd answers like you would typically have in the back of a book. If we go ahead and click on the notes, this will be the exported notes from the smartboard. You'll notice here it's hand-drawn notes here over our basic already typed notes. And handwriting your work out is probably really important and essential if you're recording your videos and you're working with the average to lower level students. Having your notes all typed out ahead of time when you do your videos works well for the upper level students. But these are just our completed notes. Now here, if we did click on this, we could actually go ahead and watch her work out some of the proofs. So that way the students can actually hear the thinking behind each step and what's going on versus just seeing the steps written out on a piece of paper. So that's a nice thing that she's done with some of her homework answers. If we scroll down here, it has extra help resources page. So if we click on that, it's going to open up a whole nother page that has a lot of extra links where students can go ahead and pull up a PDF or link to different websites out there where it's an interactive material so that it helps them visualize what's going on with the math at hand. Now, at this point, we're going to go out of this site and we're going to go into one of our regular Algebra 2 classes. Okay, in our regular Algebra 2 site, once again, they're all set up very similar with general resources and so on, but what I wanted to show you is down here. We have had multiple teachers teach this course. Well, with multiple teachers teaching the course, our students have requested that each teacher teaching it record their own videos. So when I click on the video link here, it then opens it up where at the top, these top two are Mr. Faulkner's videos. Then the next three right here are Miss Green's videos. And then the bottom ones down here are Darren Nelson's videos. Sometimes a student will end up watching Miss Green's videos first, then the second time through will watch a different teacher's videos, or vice versa. Or if we're still teaching with traditional lecture, they'll listen to us in class and then they'll watch a different teacher's video online. Or another thing that some of our students do is they'll pre-watch the video. And that's very helpful for those students that actually struggle with math, which we have some, like most schools do. So if they watch the videos ahead of time, whether it's my video or another teacher's video, It helps them. And then when they actually listen to you in class, if you're doing still lecture, then they pick up on so much more because it's the second time through. It's not the first time they've heard it, so they pick up on so much more. But we do have some students that might be in my class. They don't mesh with me and don't understand my teaching style. So they may choose, even though they're in my class, to go online and watch another teacher's video. We don't really care how our students are learning as long as they are learning. Now, when it comes to our notes, we have the exact same notes with the exact same examples. However, each teacher has a different take on it and different way of explaining it, which sometimes is beneficial for our students. For the most part, that covers all the main ideas that we have on our Moodle sites and what our Moodle sites actually look like. If you do have any questions, feel free to go ahead and email us or contact us.